Yes, sir. We back. We live. We got my boy Antlers Bot.
Yes, sir. We live in effect. If y'all
We
see the
live.
background, your boy got the house. You
Man.
see, it's a little different. We don't got the kids in the background no more. We got space, baby.
We got space, baby.
We got space.
That's what's up. That's a new joint?
Yeah, me and my lady, we just we renting this one for a year, stack up a
Bet.
little more bread, and then we
Bet.
gonna yes, sir.
Gonna cop.
So man, we gonna buy something, yes, sir. But see, we gonna buy an investment property first. I think we gonna go with either a duplex or a triplex. And
You gonna
then we
live in
go,
it?
yes, sir. We're gonna live. We have
Yes.
to for the first year.
Yeah,
For the
yeah, yeah.
first year, I'm gonna end up being landlord slash maintenance.
Word, word. They
So
gonna be plumbing.
you know everything,
Painting.
bro. Electrician, plumbing, YouTube gonna be my best friend.
Nah, that's what's up, my boy.
Man, yeah, it's lit, man. I'm ready. I'm happy,
Congratulations on the whole
excited.
plan. Uh-huh. That's what's up. Where you at? Where the house at?
It's man. It's a matter of fact, it's right across the street. Remember where your moms used to stay right down the street from my people?
Yeah.
Matlock and Eden.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah,
literally it's the neighborhood after hers. So it's like across the street, but it's literally 2 minutes from my people house. So
yeah.
it's
Okay.
still right there in Arlington.
That's what's up,
Yeah. So
my boy.
baby girl still get to go to the same school. We don't have to really change up too much.
Right, 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 right. No, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that bitch is spacious.
Oh yeah, man. We got it all going.
No,
I'm
that's
just
what's up.
ready to get the furniture and everything. We just taking it little by little.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. We kind of coming out of a short week from last week. I think Friday was a bank holiday, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Had to be.
Yeah,
Veterans Day, I think they acknowledged it.
yeah. Which was
Mom
yeah,
Bear just got
okay.
home. In just a second.
You good? Yeah, I'm looking at the markets now, guys, and uh I don't know. I guess Friday must have been open for trading for banks as far as background trading is concerned, but I know on my platform you couldn't open a trade on Friday. So I'm not 100% sure because I wasn't really looking at the charts on Friday, so I don't know what this price action is. If somebody could drop in the chat and let us know why do we still see market movement and market was closed on Friday. Nonetheless, we can look at the higher time frames to determine if we are bullish. I know last week we was talking about a certain level on the daily that needed to break, and we haven't come to that level just yet. Our last sign of breaking any structure was this up move we had on April 4th. So that little spike up right there took out these highs from last year. So that in essence, yeah, that was the high of the year so far. So I would say for sure breaking this level right here of 60, what is this, 68.93, 68.90 in that area. If we break above that, close above that, then yeah, we're definitely bullish. We're definitely looking bullish because right now we are approaching a strong resistance that will support. If we reject that, then okay, that was understood. I mean, we had strong support there. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna look at the weekly, see how strong it was. Yeah, that area is pretty strong. I mean, you got support here from July, and also support from 2019, December 1st, October 1st, and September 1st. September, October, December. That was all strong support that was holding until we broke that support in June 2020. We then broke back above that after creating this low for COVID, these COVID lows that was dropped down. We broke back above that May 2020, the end of May of 2020. And we just now broke back below that level September 2022. So about 3 months, 3 years, 2 years and 3 months. It took us to break back below that low. And now we are retesting currently right now in this early month of November. So we drop back down to the hourly. We can see how price is rejecting from this area, which is not very strong. So I'm not gonna hold too much belief in the fact that we can hold this level. We at least still got a little bit of price action to reach up into 67.34. I think that was based off of these lows right here. So we had support created July 11th through the 13th. Then that support was respected on September 6th through the 8th. Then we ultimately broke below that on the 14th, September 14th, and continuation of that bearish sell on September 19th. And now we are reaching back, and this is all on a daily. Now we're reaching back into that same price level on the week of the 13th, November 13th. What we would like to see to confirm this is strong resistance after we broke through the support is a weekly engulfing to continue our bearish pattern. Because, I mean, we are bullish pretty much that we broke this support. I mean, we had some consolidation. It's not a real push up to really call it a lower high per se on this bearish move, but we did get a respect of this price area right here where we pushed up at the end of October, and then price turned around, but it didn't take out the previous lows. So that was our first indication of the market potentially turning bullish, because we got a higher low created with an engulfing on the daily. And then on November 8th and 9th, we get another higher low created with a bullish engulfing on the daily. So it would be nice. I mean, granted, if we don't get that weekly engulfing to confirm the bearish continuation, it'll be nice to at least retest back down to this resistance that was broken and could now be support if it holds. That price level is 65.20. So if markets drop down to 65.20 on the daily, we do see some resistance support. No, it was resistance that could be turned into support if we drop back down to that level and it holds and price holds. So 65.20 is a level we're looking for to hold as we trade down. And that'll be a nice area to get into a sweet long position on the 4 hour to 1 hour, looking for bullish engulfing patterns. As of now, we are showing signs that we could be potentially rejecting this area, but like I said, we do have a little bit more price to go up to around the 67.30 area. So if we reach up to there, I would still look for a rejection because that's still strong resistance up in that area. So we want to wait for the 1 hour or the 4 hour to jump up into this area of 67.30, 67.35, and show signs of rejection to turn bearish. If not, and we close above that, then that'll be a new area of resistance that turns support after we break through this. And then we have targets on the daily. I have like a little, this is like a weekly equilibrium price here of basically 70 cents flat. It's like 69.95. And you can see it better on the weekly. You see how price is holding here, price held here. We had a dip below that, but quick rejection up. Then we had a price holding here on a weekly for resistance. Price pushed through that and then quickly came back down, engulfing that price. We tapped back into it for a retest and then sold off. So I like how strong this level is just on the weekly. And then if you go back in the past, we also have it respecting it right here for support. We got resistance right here that broke through. We got resistance right here. So that's a strong little level I'm looking for price to reach up into as far as the daily is concerned. We do have this level, but if we break through that, then I'm, more so put a guarantee to this price area before we get up into this gap on the daily from the highs created on June. And we got a double top too here, right here, that liquidity resides above. So we would like to see bullish movement reach up into those levels if it will. If not, we have reason to take sales here. Like I said, if we hold this resistance here at right now, we're holding, this is the recent daily highs. So we didn't really tap into that yet on this current day, but if we do, cool. That just let us know that we're reaching to 67.34. So that could be a price target for you to tap into if you get a bullish candlestick signal to buy on the 1 hour. And for the most part, we look for engulfing candlesticks to get into the market. And on Friday, I think I put a post on the ground on our Instagram showing potential moves for Friday to get into based off the news releases that we saw on Thursday. And actually, what's this, the 10th? That was Thursday. So yeah, this push up was the Thursday news for inflation, the new inflation rate. As you know, we are going up. Inflation is high. So if you didn't catch this push up, which in all actuality, this whole bullish move right here on the 1 hour, this move was really had in 5 minutes. Like if you look at the 5 minute time frame, I'll show you right quick. You'll see how this whole price was really priced in in the first 5 minutes of that candle opening. So if you didn't catch it, your immediate, especially for a news trade, your immediate idea should be wait for the candle to close, because the candle will tell a story. So if you would have waited for this candle to close, it told two things. One, it didn't break above this high. I mean, where it broke above, but it didn't close above. It didn't close above this high. Two, it created a wick. And we do have momentum, bullish momentum, and we could say it's bullish momentum because this candle is a strong bullish candle. So we had bullish momentum and we had high news. So we got the momentum from the candlestick. We got momentum because it was news release, and we got momentum because it's in the morning. So you're getting that London time frame to New York time frame crossover. So you got London traders and New York traders, the two biggest sessions in the market trading. So you got all that volatility, and this candle, this wick that it left, we know that market loves to fill wicks and momentum. So with that being said, you could have bought as market traded up into that wick and just held for the rest of the week, or you could have also ultimately waited until the evening at 7 p.m., 7 p.m., 6 p.m. Central Time, and you see this bullish engulfing right here off of this resistance turn support. So we had a little resistance area, price broke through, tapped back down into this area of resistance, and it held support, and it also created a bullish engulfing. You enter right here. You could have had targets at this high, or you could take some of your trade off, take 50% of your trade off and let the rest run. And after calculations from Friday, this trade right here, just buying from here, and if you would have took off at the high, which, that's not the ideal thing you want to look for. Nobody knows what the highs or the lows would be, but somewhere near the high, like basically taking it off right now because you had a bearish engulfing. That's a good way to get out of the market. When you are in a bullish engulfing trade, you can easily get out the market when you see a bearish engulfing at a high, and which we did right here. And you could have gotten out of that trade. And if you did, this trade gave from this point of the candle closing and completing this bullish engulfing all the way to this high, that was 110 pips. Easy money just by holding and buying from this engulfing, from this Wickfield situation from that Thursday morning while the news was happening. That was over, I want to say 170 pips you could have captured. So nonetheless, just crazy amount. I mean, I stress how easy it is for you to succeed and eat off of just grabbing 10 pips a day. So you getting 100 pips, 170 pips in one day. You can see how easy it is for you to be able to just relax for the rest of the week and not really get into the market to take any random type of risk unless if you get the optimal setup, meaning it has 1 to 0% chance of failing, which I know that's very hard to predict in a random market like forex. But over the years of looking at the same pair, you tend to see patterns happen more vividly than it would to a new trader looking at the Australian dollar. So with that being said, just over time, things will stick out and you'll be able to take advantage. Nonetheless, we could kind of just go over last week just briefly. I'm gonna put a vertical line on Sunday so we can see where the market started. Six right there. can scroll back in time. So first of all, this is what we saw coming into the week on our live from last week. If you look at the live from last week, this was the market on Sunday. So if we talk about the week, just briefly look at the week before that. Right here it shows 27th to the 30th. So last week was a bearish week per se, if you're looking at the daily, but on Friday, we had a very strong bullish candle that also engulfed pretty much that whole week of price action. Now, you have to look at that after Friday's close and really determine what was the market trying to tell you. Now, prior to that happening, we all thinking that, yeah, especially off of these high wick candles that was created, and then we had bearish candles closed. So yeah, the bears are in control. We pushing lower. It should be a guarantee Friday should take out these lows, and then we continue, lower, especially after bouncing off this distance. Nonetheless, Friday came out. I'm not sure if it was news release on Friday. You have to check Forex Factory or any kind of a Forex calendar to see what actually happened on that previous week, not last week, but the week before on Friday to cause it to create this bullish engulfing. But nonetheless, it did. The bulls were, the opportunity to get in, and obviously, this was the best area to get in price. I mean, it was tapping into this zone of structure right here, this consolidated zone. We tapped back into this area, push higher. So that was just a signal off the rip to go into the next week of what or who has the power and what could potentially happen, what type of setups could we be looking for to get into the market. So we look at how Sunday played out from last week. One thing that didn't happen is this low right here that was created on Friday after this push up. See, you see how the big push was right in the morning. Like I said, that high volatile area in the session where London and New York crosses over. You see all the volume coming into the market, creating all this big bullish candles. And I also believe we were looking to fill this wick too. I know we were talking about that on the Telegram chat. We were looking to fill that wick, which we ultimately did. But nonetheless, going into Sunday, we saw market starting to reverse, coming out near these highs. But one thing that stuck out is we didn't continue trading lower. We had wicks right here, traded down, market rejected it. So we had an opportunity to a big, strong bearish candle. So if the bears were in control, that was the sign right there. We traded down, we took out these lows, traded below and closed, but market traded back up. Didn't even really created a wick down below. It traded right back up, and kind of price just held, not trading really below this or closing below, and we was just sitting in pretty much limbo for Sunday. Nothing really pushing out at us to get into the market. And actually, to be more precise, yeah, that was right there, 6 o'clock, yeah, 6, 7, okay. So we did not get the move we were looking for to continue bearish. So those signs were all the signs we needed to let us know, well, if we're not getting a push from the bears, then ultimately the bulls will come into the market at the optimal time when they see fit. And that didn't happen until London. London usually kind of sets the tone for the day, if you will. And that's what happened at 3 o'clock, around 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, Central Time. That's when you see the London market start to open up, and you see a bullish engulfing candle, especially off this color change. We see two of the same color candles, which are bearish candles, also created as support. Then you get an engulfing candle, a bullish engulfing candle off support, and in a color change scenario. So that's all we needed. You could have targets above the recent high, or right at the high, that recent high, and bam, you would have got taken out right around 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the morning. So that's one trade. The next opportunity wasn't until, I would say, right here. And granted, all these opportunities you probably wouldn't be able to get into because this was London. If you up that early, cool. But you wouldn't have gotten to that trade if you in the US and you catching the New York Open. You did get, you know, some prices, some candles creating indecision candles. So that could have been maybe a leeway for you to get in, maybe on a smaller time frame, maybe like on a 15-minute. After you see this bullish engulfing, then you can go off of knowing that, okay, the market is bullish. We got the banks and all the institutional fund traders showing their hand. They created a big bullish engulfing candle, so we should be going up. We're definitely not going lower because we had every chance to. We had this strong candle could create price action to continue lower, especially after tapping into this resistance. This was support, broke through, tapped back into resistance. We could have easily just dropped down, but it didn't. It held right here. And as soon as it tried to break lower, which it didn't break the low, but it broke this area right here. After these candles couldn't, we just wicked below. Broke below and it quickly shot back up. That's a sign. That's telling the story. So if you wait for that story to play out, then it'll show areas for you to get in. Like I said, the next opportunity for an engulfing scenario was, again, I believe it was at right here, 3 o'clock in the morning again. This was close, but it's not the ideal one because it's not at a support or resistance. And granted, if we're looking for bullish candles, meaning we want the market to go higher, the best setups and the best setups for risk to reward that ratio is to catch bullish setups near supports, meaning you want to buy at the bottom. You want to catch bearish engulfing setup at resistance at the top, meaning you want to sell high, buy low. So with that being said, we probably wouldn't take that one. That would have been you would have been forcing it trying to get in that trade, especially, granted, it's 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, noon. So that's not the ideal time to trade. So nonetheless, that was a no trade scenario, probably a no trade for that day, for that Sunday going into Monday. And then Monday going into Tuesday, we get another setup and engulfing right here because you can kind of call this support with these wicks trying to break below, trying to break below. And then we get market tapping back down into this area. Couldn't break below, but we did get a bullish engulfing. Take profit at the recent highs, and as you can see, we did hit that take profit level. And this and I'm going off of the daily. Remember, I'm only showing you bullish scenarios because we're going off the daily push that happened on that previous week from Friday. So that's the only reason why we're looking for buys per se. Now we did get a bearish engulfing right here. And if you took that trade, cool. You had targets here to take, all these old targets from beginning of the week when we were looking for market to break lower. You could have tapped into that low, but that was that's kind of stretching it as far as markets coming down to this area, because like I said, if market wanted to break low, it could have done it. It could have easily done it right here early in the week, but it didn't. So keep that in your mind. Like, the market don't need a lot of influence. They are the influence. So if they wanted the market to go down, they could have easily just put sell positions in and created that market, that bearish market, but it didn't. So you want to keep that in the back of your mind when you're looking in the future to see what the market could do from old levels. Not only that, one thing to keep in mind from this bearish engulfing, if we were bearish, if we are in a bearish market, then market should easily melt, easily drop down and in a rapid form, creating strong, big bearish candles, just like I did on this bullish candle here, here, and here. That coincides with the strong daily candle we saw from this previous Friday. So we're looking for bullish setups to be strong. Now, this bearish engulfing setup was a trade, and it was profitable, but like I said, you got to take it with a grain of salt, knowing that we are in a bullish, strengthening market. So with that being said, if you did take that trade, the easiest take profit would be this support. You know, you will want to find the closest level of support, or the closest swing low that you can see to tap into to get you out of the market quick, because you can't expect it to just, like, that's the high. Like, you caught the high and now the market is going to melt, because like I said, if it wanted to, it had several opportunities to do it on Friday and on Sunday. So don't just expect it to, like, oh, you found the high and the market is about to melt now. No, you only notice when the market is about to truly turn down or turn up is from the higher time frame. Like, remember that. You cannot determine what the market will do solely looking at one time frame. I mean, if it's the 1 hour, 15-minute, 4 hour, or even the daily, you gotta take into account the higher time frame. So with the higher time frame is showing us bullish engulfing and strong power, like a lot of force, a lot of size from that engulfing, then you got to go with the market is showing you. You can't just, think what you want to think. You got to go with what you see. So with that being said, another situation to keep in mind is when you do get this bearish engulfing, look at how long the market took for it to tap back. And we're going to talk about this right here, but ultimately this is Thursday. This is inflation rate and the jobless claims news release that comes out every Thursday. But when you compile both of those strong, heavy, high news, then you get this type of reaction. But nonetheless, from this bearish engulfing, if this was the trade, the sell, the high, then why does it take so long to even get to this low? Like, it took, I ain't even gonna count all these candles, but it took a shitload of candles to get to this low. So from this low and this high, we only had about like 8 to 10 candles. But dropping down, it took damn near about like 20 candles, down to 25 candles. So if the bears in control, why are they taking so long to come down? That's because the bulls is trying to hold their market presence. They want to let everybody know without letting everybody know that the bulls are in control. So they're not going to let the market drop too low to where everybody starts selling, and then they ultimately created the market and got to trade, you know, as such. They have to, continue because nobody's gonna, no smart trader, meaning, banks, hedge funds, institutional traders are gonna trade against a strong bearish or bullish market. Yeah, they can create a market. They can make the market, hence market makers. They can create bullish movement. But if it's going down already from something they created, then they're going to continue with that pattern. You know, it's only when the bearish pattern that we were in from April turns into a bullish pattern is when you see a lot of uh, stop losses being taken, a lot of random pattern occurrences being had, and I can show you just real quick a quick snapshot on a daily. From April, way up here, you see we were trading down, we were going bearish, and then all of a sudden you see this chopping. It's like we're not dropping, we're not creating no lower lows and lower highs. We had a lower high here, lower low, not really a strong lower high here, lower low, but we didn't create a, um, a higher scenario to show that we were bullish, but we did see this bullish push right here. But the market ended up turning bearish again, but it didn't take out this low. And now we turning up again bearish, just like how we did here, but we didn't, close above here. But now this week that we in, the current week before that we talking about, we did break above this little structure area. But like I said, it wasn't a strong push up like how this is, and this is. It's kind of like it was a weird scenario. So when you see weird occurrences and markets trying to turn bullish or bearish, that's when you know the hedge funds, the institutional traders, the central banks are really trying to get the market to turn around. They're trying to go in line with how strong is the economy, how strong is the dollar, and in that currency that you're trading, meaning the Australian dollar and the US dollar. They want to trade into whatever the market and the economy is doing. And you can see that on the candlesticks, how they create patterns. Like I said, the market was bearish on this previous week, and then we get a Friday bullish engulfing, and basically engulfing this whole week. So that's a clue. That's a clue that the bulls are in power. So we go back down to this bearish engulfing. That's a clue that it's like, damn, bro, why is it taking so long you know to create this bearish continuation that we were in? So that's just a sign to let you know maybe the bears are not. Maybe we are really in a trending market. We won't know that until certain prices get taken out on the daily, but we are seeing show their hand bullish pushes in a strong bullish engulfing situation. So like I said, if you would have got into this sale on a Tuesday, I believe it's a Sunday. It's Monday the 7th. And Monday the 7th. Tuesday evening. Well, midday Tuesday at noon, going into Tuesday evening. You would have gotten your take profit hit. If you would have had it right here, you would have got it. It would have been hit on Wednesday, 4 o'clock in the morning. Or depending on where you actually had it and how the spread was, it would have taken you out right here at 8 o'clock. So as we continue, we do get a bullish engulfing situation. And if you would have got into this market, this sign right here, if you were up, which most US traders are not up, that was a good sign to let you know that this trade was probably not going to work out for you. Ultimately, it did not. If you would have had stops below this recent low or below this wick right here, you would have got stopped out. Cool. Every trade don't work out. That's understandable, but you take the setups that you are, you know, you that you look for. Your edge. Your edge is to take engulfing setups. Then you take that. Um, Granted, if you didn't get taken out of your take profit, you probably wouldn't have gotten into this trade too because you were already in sales from this high. So you would just be looking for a deeper market to drop down into to probably take out of this trade. So you probably wouldn't even got into this buy. But nonetheless, if you didn't get into the sell, that would have been a reason for you to get into a buy and it would have been a loss. Here again, we have another one. And I probably wouldn't have got into that one, especially after this one didn't work out. Knowing we coming out for this bearish engulfing out these highs. So I would have just let market come back into some sort of a stronger support to really see a pan out. And as you can see, we didn't really get any more bullish engulfing scenarios on the 1 hour until that Friday. So this was a real test of your ability to not trade type of week. Damn near no trade week until Thursday and Friday came about. And as you can see, market really got into a real consolidated indecision type of market as Thursday opened up right here on the 10th. And coming from that Wednesday night, Wednesday evening was just choppy all throughout, from dropping down into these lows on on that Wednesday morning, coming to Wednesday evening, just turned choppy. Then Thursday morning, we get more choppiness, even though we are dropping down, but we're not showing no real strong signs of the bears in control. Besides this engulfing, and then we get another engulfing here. Like I said, all that was at 4 a.m., 3 a.m. in the morning, so probably wouldn't have caught that situation. But on Thursday, on the 10th, let me confirm. Thursday, we had all that high news came out. News came out at 7:30. Granted, it would have been nice for this 7 o'clock candle to engulf, even though on a central 6 a.m. Still the same candle, but it would have been 6 a.m. But right when this candle closed, then we get the push we were looking for at 8 o'clock. Like I said, I'm gonna show you 5 minute candles, and we're gonna go to that push on the 10th. Right here. It was really, yeah. So that push here at 8:30. I believe, I don't know. I think that was when the inflation news came out, actually, at 7:30 Central, 8:30 New York. Ultimately, what I was getting to, that you had no opportunities really to get into that. Excuse me, that trade, because it happened too quick on the 5 minute. I mean, this candle was too fast for you to get into it. But ultimately, on a 1 hour, you want to wait for candles to close. On any scenario, you want to wait for candles to close. And after it did, like I said, that's when I was talking about earlier. It gave you two clues that we were continuing bullish. Well, really three. The first clue was this big bullish push after news. The second was we tapped into these old highs that I was talking about from the week. This is Sunday, Monday. This is the high. Market started selling off. We tapped into this high, but didn't close above it. So we know when, if there's a wick that was left for the candle, it tends to fill it 70 to 85% of the time. If markets are highly volatile, we have a lot of volume in the market, and we get news release pushing into this bullish trend, then markets will tend to fill the wick only during high momentum, meaning the morning time when London and New York is crossing over. So really in a scenario of that 6 to 10 o'clock in the morning, when you see wicks to be filled, typically the candles will fill that wick during heavy volume. And you only get heavy volume during the London and New York crossover, or when the news is being released. When the Fed is releasing some kind of news or anything
So
like that.
so it's only morning time frame. It's none. It's no other time frame.
Yeah, I mean, you can get a lot of volatility in the evening
Uh-huh.
when you got the Asian session and the Australian session at play, but it's weaker than the London and New York crossover. So you do get volume, but is slightly weaker than that Asian and London crossover. So the Asian and London crossover really happens around midnight to 3 a.m. So a lot of traders that trade during the day have a daily type of lifestyle probably
Uh-huh.
won't catch that move. If
Gotcha.
you stay up late or if you work second shift, third shift, then that might be something you want to look into. But other than that, you could catch the market, the market move in the Monday in the morning during that London and New York crossover, which would be around 7 to 10 a.m. That's when you get that because London opens around 3 a.m. New York opens around 7:30, 8 a.m. So that's like the sweet spot for that crossover for the morning time. So like I said, you can catch moves in the evening, but it's just
Uh-huh.
stronger in the morning. That's all.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. And you typically won't see a lot of big bullish candles like this in the evening time. And the reason is because the US doesn't have a lot of high news releases in the evening. I think 9 times out of 10, pretty much all their news releases are around the morning time. So that's why you get a lot of strong pushes, a lot of strong bearish candlestick happening from US in the London and US crossover. And then you get London also releasing their news for early morning, late night, time frame. So that's why you can see some type of play around 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning for us. But like I said, that's only for people who are up at that time who willing to stay up and catch those moves. But it can be sweet. I ain't gonna lie. To train your life around that, it can be sweet to be up around that time because what you can do is typically what London creates as far as a direction in the move, New York will follow suit with that. So if you catch a move at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, you damn near won't even have to get into New York because you will already be in it earlier, per se. Now, what will happen sometime, New York will tap back into where you got into the market. So, say for instance, like say if this was London, 3 o'clock in the morning, and then New York will tap back into that price and then push higher. So you'll get that sometimes, but it's good to get into trades early by catching that London Open at 3 a.m. if you can. That way you can pretty much have the day to yourself. So that was ultimately previous week's breakdown. Like I said, it wasn't a lot of trade setups because the market, I mean, from this price point to this price point, I mean, the whole week was pretty consolidating. It wasn't really a lot of crazy scenarios to get into, a lot of structure plays because we didn't create that much of structure. I mean, we had this low, somewhat created a high right here, but I wouldn't really call it a high. Then we tapped back and down, created a lower high. Then we pushed up, created the high of the week, came back down, created another kind of a lower high, just like this, but we didn't push higher above this to create that bullish pattern structure that we like to see. So all this drop down, that sell off, that was just the uh, the central banks and all the big players allowing the market tap back into these lows right here from the previous week, so they can buy. That was like the cheapest discounted price they can tap into to continue buying from this daily. And if I go to the daily, you'll see it that this price right here tapped into basically the 50% level of this daily candle. So, and that's how you look at discounts and what's the other word? Discounts and I guess I don't know what you call it, like a high, like a not a surplus, but it's another terminology you call for when you looking to sell into a. I guess it would be a discount too if you're looking to sell too. It would just be flipped, but nonetheless, we're looking at this daily candle that the market created from previous week on that Friday. 50% of this candle is what a market would like to tap into to have a discounted price before they buy up or sell off if it's bearish. But in the scenario, we're bullish, so we'll take this price. I'm just gonna do simple math, just rounding it out. This is basically like 62.90, so we can average it out to about 63 flat. This high is 64.70, so that's damn near almost 65. But so from 63 flat to 65, we want to say anywhere around like in the 64 areas would be like the mid ground, and that's pretty much where you see markets tapped into on the 1 hour. It doesn't play out like that every time, but that's something you can kind of like keep in the back of your mind where markets will likely turn around from. Or you could just simply wait for that news release because that's ultimately what it was waiting for. It was waiting for that inflation rate news release to come out before the market continued on its pattern. And if it was going to go bearish, I feel like the market should have done that move early in the week, and then inflation would have pushed higher from that. So basically, if it was going to turn bearish, it should have strongly continued bearish from this high. That would have been a fake out scenario, and then the market would have came all the way down here, and then inflation rate would have pushed it higher from there. if that was going to be the play, but it didn't work out like that. We basically just kind of tapped into this zone area from Sunday. As you can see, prices consolidated heavy right there. We get a drop down to fake out more traders, thinking that we for sure in the sales. Everybody was selling off going into that morning. And then news release comes out. We don't get a strong engulfing right here, but then bam, market pushes higher. And it did so at 8:30. So that obviously was where the inflation rate came out. So on a smaller time frame, you probably had a better chance to get into this, like on the 15-minute. Let's see, go back. So 7 o'clock was closed right here at this 15-minute. So that was that 1 hour bullish candle we saw after the jobless claims numbers came out. That came out at 7:30. And then at 8:30, we get inflation. And actually, no, this would be 7:30 because these charts are tied into the New York time zone. So when you see this at 8:30, Central Time is 7:30. So this is ultimately all the news that came out because everything came out at 7:30. So you had inflation came out right here. You had jobless claims came out right here also. So that was the push. Like I said, you wouldn't have gotten to this market because it moved up too fast. So you would have to wait for the 1 hour to close. Had that wick to fill, you would have got in right there at the close of this. And from this point, yeah, that was 170 pips. Catching it from this bullish engulfing right here, 110 pips. Nonetheless, two great entries. A whole lot of pips to be had on one day, especially if you didn't catch any moves for that week, or if you took a lot of losses. If you were trying to catch this and this, and you took losses, you you would have made up shit. You would have made up for any minor losses you had for this week and last week. So patience pays. Waiting for candles to close pays. Like, man, nigga can't stress that enough, bro. Like, wait for the candles to close. Because you won't be able to tell what's gonna happen next. You can't even create a scenario on what's gonna happen next until you wait for candles to close. So let's before we get out of here, let's briefly. Oh shit, I ain't know Scully was in here. What's up, bro?
What's up? What's up? What's up?
I ain't know you was in here, my boy.
Yeah, man, I was chilling, bro. You was running it.
Nah, that's what's up.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, man. But as far as let me see, what was damn, we can't look at last week news, huh? Did news on Friday come out at 7:30? Like everything came out at 7:30?
Yes,
Like
that was
it was in,
inflation. That was CPI
and it
inflation.
was the jobless claims and all that. That all came out at 7:30, right?
Yes.
Okay, bet. Okay. On the 14th, we got Scully birthday. Happy early birthday.
Oh man, appreciate it.
That boy,
Appreciate it, man.
big birthday. Shouts out to that boy. We got high news coming out in the evening on the 14th. On Tuesday, we got high news for US. It's PPI. What is this? Producer Price Index. Okay. So that's coming out on Tuesday
Wait,
in the
wait, wait, wait.
morning.
Okay, never mind. Wow. We have a lot of stuff for GBP. Who's ever trading that,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I'll get it in.
Yeah. Unemployment rate on Tuesday, and they got the inflation rate coming out on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have retail sales coming out, which is a good indicator of the economy. That's coming out Wednesday in the morning, 8:30. And Thursday, we got initial jobless claims, continuous jobless claims, got housing starts, building permits. We got inflation rates coming out for the JPY on Thursday.
It's future plays. Future
Yes,
plays. I mean,
yes.
I'm really tearing up, all the USD, but yeah, like for sure, I'm gonna be dipping and dabbing into those other currencies.
And that's probably going to be more biased because the JPY is just soaring right now.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's just probably going to be more biased, but,
Future plays indeed.
Mm-hmm. Then Friday, we got news coming out at 10 a.m. Existing home sales. So kind of a modest week. I mean, we got news release coming out pretty much every day, so that's one thing. So just be cautious in the morning when you getting in to these trades because you want to let the news play out at least and not let you get taken out. And you can get real good entries on these new releases if the bulls are gonna stay in power like they are. These news releases are try to sway you into selling positions that'll turn around and take you out. Meaning trying to hit stop losses and fake people out of moves. So
And that's and one easy way of fixing it is managing your risk and your trades accordingly. Um, and sticking to that plan. If you do that, you'll never you will lose, but in the long run, yeah, you'll see that your winners would run and things will work out for
mm-hmm.
the better. But like I said, you gotta get it in to understand how the market flows. You gotta understand, how news and what's going on in the world, how it can affect, the financial markets. Once you get an idea with that and whatever pair you may be or pairs, you can read the candles along with, yeah, you can't really judge what's going on, what's going to happen with these reports and stuff like that. But looking at structure and understanding what news and what type of volume these releases can give to the market, you can, like that CPI for example. I put buy orders right above the 30-minute candle, knowing what happened last month and the months before, and seeing technically that it had room for it to move up. Now I didn't know it was going to shoot up like that. I didn't have a take profit, so you already know I rolled that.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Nice.
and things, yeah, really, really turned out. But like I said, you
So
gotta let
basically, this 30-minute candle right here.
no the one before it.
Oh, you're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. When it closed. When it
Yeah, yeah,
closed
yeah. When
at
it closed,
8:30.
so right before
Got you.
news,
Got
yeah,
you.
yeah.
Yeah, you you fucked the market up. Oanda definitely probably gave you a call
Yeah,
on that buy.
I'm really shocked they didn't.
Yeah, if you
I'm
bought
shocked.
from those lows, yeah, that was
Yeah,
a amazing entry.
yeah. That was one of my gamble plays. But like I said,
But you had an idea though. So
yeah,
every market per se is a gamble, but when you got a strong idea and a strong conviction about your move, then you kind of at peace with it,
right.
because it could have tapped you in and quickly turned around. But like I said, the market had all week to sell off, and I really don't think it was going to use the inflation and CPI to create a bearish market. It had all week to do that.
Yeah, and if it did, like if they would have messed with the numbers or did something crazy, and if it would have turned around, I had sales right below that area too.
Right
So
up in here, right below
yep,
the lows.
yep.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was a Russian roulette. You had a Russian roulette set up.
Yeah, because that way, just like you said, if it would have tapped in, which I know it wasn't. See, if it was a nine forms payroll or something like that, yeah, it can go up for
And come down
and
off
come
that
down
shit.
real hard. Yeah. See, with
Get
this
you in both moves.
right, exactly. So with CPI, it's just shooting in one direction. Like ain't no playing around, you
Mm-hmm.
know. So yeah, man, and that's what's just been happening recently. What's been going on? Like, see if things would settle, which ain't gonna happen no time soon. I'm just saying
Like if the
this.
economy was just normal.
Yeah, you wouldn't get this type of stuff off of no CPI. Things will be normal, so it'll be okay. Um, yeah, you'll get some movement. It's still high news, but yeah, it won't be shooting up no.
Right.
Uh, what is that 1 hour candle right there? Was that like 50, 60 pips or something like that?
Man,
Oh no, that was
try
way
to, no,
more
it was
than
more
that.
than that.
Way
Yeah, it
more
was
than
more
that.
than that.
Way
Mhm.
more. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Like shit. I know you like if you held all the way to the top on that trade,
my tester still is, but
which I know you had like 200 pips.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, that's a golden move. And that's what patience gets you, getting into those setups to where you can hold testers for 100 and 200 pips. And you could use your tester alone. Like, damn, the market, you could use your tester to gauge how the market is performing.
yeah. I mean, that's for the most part. That's why I go in. My first trade is always going to be a tester. I don't jump in the water if I don't know the temperature. You just gotta. But getting in, you can feel it out because you in
Big
it.
fix. Big
So that's
fix.
that's how I kind of break that thing down. And I'm managing. Because when I do go in, I trade pretty aggressive. I don't I wouldn't tell any rookie trader to do what I do, but like I said, that's how I do it. So that's why I trade that way. That's why my first entries will be a tester, and it'll go against me. Let's say sometimes 20 pips, but then when I get back in at a better entry, then I can rock that trade for you know yeah, man. Like I said, I'm entering off the 1 hour. I'm looking at the daily. So yeah, I sit into trades for a long time. Um,
To
but
see
it's
if they go
good.
pan out.
Yeah, to see if it pans
But
out. So
you doing it with a tester. So you not your emotions and all that shit is
yeah,
really at a minimum.
yeah, but it's I'm attached to the trade. Just technically, like it's not really. Is it emotional? Yes, it is because it's been a ride. Like I've been saying, like, oh, this is working. Like that's like you trying to deal with one dude every time you play this dude that want that crossover, that same crossover move you've been getting dudes for years. They didn't got hip to that. So you're like,
Uh-huh.
man, hold on. So you mess
You get
around
hip
and
to the market.
you're getting hip to it. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah,
can like
it's
lock
not
in
going.
on it.
It's not going to cross you over as much.
Right. Now
Yeah.
you studied the game, and you mess around and realize the hook shot, the Kareem hook shot, the
Mhm.
Jordan, the Jordan
Fade
fadeaway.
away.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
The Kobe pull up, spin fadeaway. You know what I'm saying? Kobe is the greatest example ever. He saw what worked and said, "I'm gonna put my little tweak on it." And man, come on, you could do
Man,
some great things. So that's what it's been with that tester. Honestly,
it's a good
you know,
analogy.
yeah.
And
Rest in
man, we
peace,
should,
Kobe,
yeah,
man. Rest in peace, Kobe.
man, big
Rest in
fact,
peace, Gigi,
R.I.P.
man. R.I.P.
But just like he said, bro, like using that analogy for the reason for having a tester on is like, man, that's like the gospel of trading, bro. Like you should your history of your trading results should always have testers before the bulk of the move. Like that should be ingrained in your head, just like the fact that it's easy to click buy and sell on
Yeah,
your mouse is.
yeah,
It
right.
will get you like it's been working for me. I ain't gonna cap. Like
Yeah,
especially after we had that talk that we had, just opening up my eyes on really how easy you know you can get into big moves
right,
by allowing the tester to fan out any type of fake out scenarios, or just like you said, you following the daily trend. If the daily is going up, the daily is going down, then you only taking sales. So granted, if you taking a sale because you saw engulfing or you saw a scenario or you see a Wickfield potential scenario and the market is going down or it tapped in the old highs, you go take that sale. Now granted, market may move against you, like you said, 20 pips, 30 pips or whatever, but you in a tester. So if you down 30 pips, 20 pips, at most, you down a small amount, granted to the size of your account. So that's not affecting you none. And then as you see price not going higher anymore, meaning that you negative on the Tesla, but price is not making any higher lows and higher highs on a smaller time frame and not making any higher lows or higher highs on the time frame you actually entered in. Now you can see, okay, bam, we're not going higher. We may be still in the morning time frame for me to get into a larger sale that the market is really trying to reach for. And you can then treat it like a casino or a roll of dice, if you will, and gamble on that sale because now it's telling more of a story. It's not going higher. Like a story is two-sided. It's like it's telling you what it is doing and it's telling you what it's not doing. So if it is going higher, but it's not going lower, then that's a scenario you can put into play based off of candlestick patterns. And that's how you catch those very large moves. Now, on that CPI trade that you got into,
that is not. Yeah, that is not all the time. Like
no,
let's
I
just
know
be
that,
serious.
but the the entry that you had set at the high and the low,
Yeah.
the limit entry, was that a tester or was that a full trade?
Oh no, that was heavy. Yeah, that was heavy. Like I said, if it's a order, like if it's any buy orders, then those are impulse. And like I said, I don't recommend people doing that out the
Nah, big
gate.
facts, because that could have.
But but um but yeah, I was willing to risk the previous day winnings on
On that
well, not
trade.
everything, but yeah, a
Yeah,
good
yeah,
bulk of that on that trade. Probably like I would say what, probably 40-50%. So it's a
right.
good chunk of but I remember what happened last month and the months before
on
uh,
CPI.
on CPI inflation. It happens on the same day, beginning of the month, so it gives you a great idea of what the month is going to be. I don't care about the week.
And that's a great. I like how you pointed out, because that's a great indicator, because CPI and inflation typically is the week following NFP, right?
Yes.
So whatever NFP does, typically, I ain't gonna say all the time, CPI and the inflation rate kind of typically goes in that pattern too. Sometimes.
Yes, sometimes. I mean, that's consumer price index. So the reason why that's so positive is just because, I mean, we are, things are, the numbers have been better. We still in a recession, let's be honest, but uh people are buying more and all that stuff. People going out to eat and shops for sure shopping. Um, they had crazy numbers for what it was for Halloween. So the holiday, they prepping for something big, like record-breaking numbers. But historically, we've seen that November is a great month, uh, positive, you know, positive month for the market, all markets, to be honest. But
Mm-hmm.
that stock market has been green, you know, which if the stock market is green, that means more money. So of course, everything else gonna be up.
Right.
That's just my breakdown of that. But yeah, man. Like I said, that does I do agree. That does go in hand in hand with those releases.
Yeah, that's a good note to keep in the back of your mind for December, when NFP comes out and CPI comes out for December. We can see how the market plays out. Even though December might be one of the lighter months, just because a lot of people are kind of stepping away from the charts. People that made all their money all year probably stepping away, maybe lowering their risk because they're doing a lot of traveling. So not everybody, but more people than than the majority of people that's just doing their day-to-day life. It'll be more people traveling and not really focused on the charts that heavy. So December may not be a real heavy month, but like I said, we are in unprecedented times. We're high inflation, high interest rates. So
Exactly. Well, this is gonna be going on.
who knows?
Yeah, who knows, honestly. But if I had to guess, I'll say two, like I don't know, 2024, 25.
Yeah, I
Things
was
will
gonna
start
say
getting
that
good.
2 to 5 years.
Yeah. So
I mean, we still. When is the next presidential election? Is that
uh
2024?
I think so. Yeah, 24. 24.
So yeah, especially after that, like when the
Yeah.
new president comes in, then we'll see, shit. Because that's what they do. The new president come in, they save the day. That's how the flow happens.
Yep.
They come in, they save the day, then they mess up, and then the new president is gonna save that day. That's just the flow. If you've been
Oh no,
keeping
no,
an eye,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. They gonna come in and somewhat save the day, but it's all about the market, and wars and
yeah,
all that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Well, I think we broke down this pair as best as we're gonna get it, like we do every Sunday.
Yeah,
'Cause
man. Weekly call just to let people know I'm looking for more bullish momentum heading up into 67.90. Looking at the weekly,
67.90.
67.90. I see more bullish movement heading up to there. I'll be looking for buys this week, this entire week. If it's something crazy have to happen for me to look for a sell.
Yeah.
But
like I said at the beginning, you would probably be looking for daily engulfing to look for sales.
Yes, and even then, I will be very, very light on that day. You know, if you look at the daily, like the chart six got on, it's you know, we are primed to eat up all that. See, that's clean traffic on a larger time frame to the left. You know, that's a somewhat clean traffic. Ain't too much wicks, not no, you know, side to side movement. It's gonna, you know, clean that up. So
yeah.
um,
And then we got some structure at the bottom. So I know the market typically likes to clear out clean traffic before it like to eat up structure.
right.
Structure is a telltale sign. You know, we creating bullish structure, then it's gonna be a lot for the market to trade down and break all through all that. So I feel like the easier move, like you said, is to fill in all this clean traffic to the left.
Yeah. Wait till tomorrow. Tomorrow or Tuesday. It's something might pop off, you know, may get you an opportunity. If it does, I think it'll be late tomorrow, like NYSE. You might get in there and then ride it heading into Tuesday. I think that's a possibility for the first buy opportunity.
What you mean by late tomorrow? Like evening tomorrow, like the next daily candle opening?
NYSE.
Like tomorrow morning.
Yes, tomorrow morning. So
like
I mean
9, 10 p.m.
Yeah, late
10 a.m.
Correct. So like late trading section, you know what I'm saying? Like probably getting in at the 8 o'clock, you know what I'm saying, 4 hour close, 1 hour close to get something to line up real nice for you and ride that heading into NYSE. That's a possibility. But I would want it to drop down on an hour around the area of like 66.20.
Right up in here with this purple line at
66.20, exactly. 66.20, yeah. So you know, you got it. And then if you give me a strong rejection right there, that's when I would, you know, enter.
Gotcha.
And I'm looking to drive it up, you know.
And you have your profits set at this high.
Yes, like if I would probably get in at that area, I would have my profits at the high. Yep. You know, the first one, you know, and if it breaks through like with volume, you know, let's say during the morning or something like that, then I might move it up because I can see, you know, move my take profit to that next area, that take profit 2. But
and I like to point out too, I talked about it earlier. I don't know if you was how early you got on, but on the weeklies, I got this pointed out as like a weekly equilibrium type of area. If you look at it, right here, you see our support was formed right here on the weekly, and we got resistance.
Yeah, that entire
into this is also support, resistance, support. All on this is from 2019. That's a strong area, and that's 70 cents, pretty much.
Okay.
So just like a area we could be reaching back into if we, you know, continue on this bullish push.
I mean, even like 70, like from 70 to 75, like that's like a nice little
on a weekly
range, 70 cents to 75 cents. So you know, just that, just that range. But yeah, you are right. Those are areas that we are possibly, you know, can try and get into. Now, this is the weekly we're looking at. This might not happen for you. You know,
that's all. I was just about to say that, bro. You talking about up in there, nigga? That's next year.
No, that might not be next year. That could easily be, like I said, when things kind of settle down and we good, we worked our way up. You know, the 24, 25.
If we see, I mean, if if we see bearish movement next year, then yeah, it could be way off into the future that it comes back up into this area. But if we continue on this bullish trend, like yeah, that could be January. We could tap up into that, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck, it could be December.
You think it's only January?
I'm saying like if this is the weekly time frame, so we got 4 more candles.
Right.
Well, really, we got 6 more candles for the rest of this year, damn near.
Right.
So if we get 6 more candles of the week, yeah, I mean, strong bullish candles, yeah, we could tap into this area next month type shit.
Gotcha. Okay.
But you know, you gotta, you have to wait and see how the weekly pans out. Like I said, we got the rest of this month and then 4 weeks of December. So you have to see if that plays out like that. But if not, yeah, the market could turn around. And if we are going back into a great market to where inflation is, moderate, or this is inflation currently where we are, the prices are where we are, that's the new norm, and the interest rates come down, and then people, start buying more because okay, the dust is settled. Now I know milk costs this much, the eggs cost this much. I can budget my life around the new prices.
Cars
about
cost
what's
much. Actually gonna be that payment.
Yeah, this is how much shit gonna be. And now interest rates are low, so banks are lending. I could get everything. So now I could buy that new house. I could buy that new car. I could go on that vacation.
Everything booming.
Everything booming. So now, yeah, markets will tap back into these higher levels because the Australian dollar is doing good. USD dollar is really not good. It's playing a picture that is good, but it's not good. We in heavy debt to China, so
big debt, man. They're trying to make it seem good.
Yeah,
the value of the dollar is highly tradable. That's the only thing. It's highly tradable.
Yeah, because it's manipulative right now. They making it seem strong when it's not. Basically, the dollar has implanted muscles right now. It's strong as shit, but it ain't been in the gym whatsoever.
Thanks.
So that's how you look at the.
Like I said, we still are we are going to hit those lows, those COVID lows. That's a fact. We didn't hit no bottom yet.
These lows right here. This low, like you don't even see that low right here in the daily, but this is the low he talking about. Way back here on the first quarter of 2020.
Yes.
When COVID hit America, basically. And everybody was. But yeah, so that's would be the scenario. And right now, it's looking like I ain't gonna cap. I mean, I'm just gonna call it. I'm gonna be an early caller, but with this engulfing, I mean, yeah, prices can tap back into here. It could be like a crazy trigger. Something happens, but I'm thinking this could be a first sign of, in the near future, we will be seeing more of a bullish pattern than a bearish pattern. Like, meaning what I'm saying, like the economy would be fucked up, but we're looking from the past now. We're looking from 2019, 2020, 2021. We're looking from that past now, and we're starting to go up from there. It's still bad, but we're going up.
It's in the rear view.
Yeah, it's in the rear view. So this could be that rear view low that we could be holding from. Like Jay said, we could still tap back down into COVID lows, but the market could easily reverse. Like it could just be a sell-off, a crazy sell-off, because we go into some kind of war or something. A new damn variant comes out, and it could be a sell-off. Markets crash, Bitcoin, whatever the case may be, something.
They're trying to get it to go straight digital, aren't they? They're trying to get, what is it?
That could be too. That could be the thing too. If December comes out and they release that digital coin or whatever, and December, January, that could be the sell-off. The market could crash, it come down here, and then it taps back up into the new norm, which would be these highs up in here, which would be digital currency. So yeah, you're right. That could happen. So just don't be, as we talk about that shit, we are prepping ourselves for those scenarios to happen. So don't be like, whoa, what the fuck? What's going on? Like, no, we know what's going on. So, yeah, man. That being said, we just gonna keep our eye on how this hourly closes, how the 4 hour closes in line with the daily, you know, and yeah, we're looking for buys, ladies and gentlemen. Overall,
Overall, man. Don't make it hard on yourself, and
Be patient.
man.
man,
Yep, that's it. Don't make it hard on yourself. Be patient.
wait for the candles to close. Like those three things.
Yeah.
But we gonna be out. We'll see y'all next Sunday. 8 o'clock.
Nice hot fire. Nice hot fire tonight.
You already know.
All day.
You already
Nice
know.
hearing you, Aunt, bro.
Man, hey Jay, check the pull the video up. I don't know if you can see it right now, man. Me and my lady got our house. So Mackenzie got her little room and stuff. So I don't know if you really can see the background, but
Oh man,
Man.
yeah, I saw the scenery was
it's different. It's different. It's not all the kids stuff and all the clutter in the back, bro.
I love it, bro. I am
Bruh.
so happy.
Man,
I'm
it's
so
so
happy for you.
man, it's Gucci.
No, for real.
Yeah, so we living it up, man.
No, that's good. But next time I'm in the area, you already know.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You
I
know,
I
was
like
you
you
planning
got
know,
it.
hear
the
me.
game
Yes,
I was
running.
planning it.
you
Yes.
see,
You
man.
see?
You
Oh my.
see.
Oh, and the
It's like we
flyer.
got the
Nothing but
like a whole
Flyer.
space.
game room in that.
Nothing but space,
That is
man.
beautiful. That
Hey,
is
and look,
beautiful.
the big boy screen TV and
Come
everything.
on,
All
man.
man.
Man,
So it's
I love
man,
it.
I'm loving it, bro.
I'm
It's
so happy.
comfortable.
I'm happy.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
So it's all good,
Oh,
y'all.
that is good. That is good, man.
Yeah.
Where you at? You in your room, Jay?
Yeah, man. Let me see. That's gonna be a lot of. All
I
right,
seen
there
you
it
was
is.
chilling on the patio when it was raining one day. Y'all got a new place. What was that?
Oh yeah,
Yes,
they
man.
in
Yeah,
there.
bro. We been in our house for like uh shit, a couple of months.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So
Yeah.
you
So
gonna get some setup. You gonna put some stuff on the wall and the backdrop and
I
everything.
already know he about to
yeah, you
tell that.
already know. This the setup right here,
Yes,
right here.
sir.
Come on, man.
Man, I'm telling.
That's the screen.
See, I just was telling my lady that I said I gotta put the TV above the screen so
Yeah.
in the
So I'm
background I could
I'm
just look up.
I'm tapped
Yeah.
in right now. That's the
Yep.
YouTube live on that screen, and then on this screen I connect that to my laptop, which I'm
Yep.
recording from. I need to get me a cam, and I'm gonna get me a new desk.
Hey, don't waste
Cover.
no money yet. At my job, they got a little it's like a vending machine, bro, where they got electronics, wireless mouse, wireless keyboards, cameras and stuff. I get like 2 items a month. So I get you a camera and send you a camera.
Oh, fun.
Man, okay, no, that's love. I'm gonna text
Yeah,
you.
bro.
I'm gonna text you my address in a bit.
Bet that. Bet
But
that.
man, no, that's love.
And
I
I
appreciate it.
walk by it every morning, so I ain't gonna forget.
Man, no, that's what's up.
Does your does your camera that you I mean does the screen that you use on the desktop does it not have a camera on it?
It does. That's what I'm using right now. That's on my laptop. That's what you're talking
No,
about.
on the actual on your
Your
LCD
monitor.
screen, your monitor.
Yeah, I do not have a camera on my monitor.
Yeah, see, that's how mine is because I got 2 gaming PC screens, so
Right.
that
I
mine don't
mean,
come with
wouldn't
no.
that could be something you could in the future look into, I guess too. But I mean, the
A
camera is
monitor with
easier.
the camera on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, but I want to get one of those. Like one
But
of
it's
the
more
ones that
mobile.
can
It's nice to have the camera
one
because
that I
it's
can
more
clamp
mobile.
off. Yeah, like I can
Yeah.
clamp it
Yeah.
off.
Yeah. Right
Nowadays
on.
they have the ones that's actually Bluetooth, so you don't really need the cords and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
And do it that way. But yeah, and they're nice. They're HD.
Hmm.
They're real nice.
Oh yeah.
Better.
I got me a nice little 1080p.
I was about to
Yeah,
say.
yeah, exactly. So, want to get those, but yeah, man. Right now, everything good. Still getting it all set up. I got a ton of prints and stuff all over the place, but slowly, slowly getting things together. But it's been um it's been a blessing for sure, man. And just
Man,
taking
I'm
it in
telling you.
stride,
Yes,
taking it in
sir.
stride and
Yes, sir.
appreciating everything and understanding like um you know I can enjoy this with time if I
Hmm.
continue continue doing what we doing. You know.
Oh yeah, appreciate every step, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Appreciate gratitude,
Yeah.
like even though it's a small win for us, because we know we want more, we want to progress, we want more. You still got to celebrate those small wins.
Yes.
So it's man, that's life. If you don't appreciate it, it'll drag you down.
Exactly. No,
Mhm.
I give thanks. I give thanks every time. You
Every
know,
day,
and and
time, bro. You got to.
and not as far as like getting these gains. I see it as what's next. You know, you hear a lot of these teams, they'll like
Yep.
win a nice game, or the player, let's say a player drop 40 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he like, or drop 40 on game one, and they like, oh my gosh, you guys might win a championship. And they like, man, it's just
Mm-hmm.
game one.
That's just
Calm
game
Right.
down.
one.
I didn't win nothing yet. I ain't got the
Yep.
Yep.
ship yet. So that's where I'm at right now. Like, yeah, I'm hitting
Yeah.
big games, but it's like I ain't even nowhere near yet.
There you go.
Mhm.
It's gonna get tougher. So
Right. Like you
yeah,
said,
man,
don't get stagnant with it. Don't
I
really.
I
Yep.
can't, bro. I can't.
Yeah. At this point, I mean,
Yes,
you kind of engraved it in your head on the way to do it.
Yeah.
It's just
yeah,
like walking or riding a bike. Like you don't change the way
There
from
you
riding a
go.
bike.
Yep.
You do it the same way every time, and it's been working out for you.
Yeah.
Just the same way it took you to get to owning the crib. Like there's steps to that.
Man, I'm telling you.
You
yes,
know, you had to start somewhere. We all started in rental
Sheesh.
situations, and now
Yep.
we owning shit.
You trying to be exactly. You got to take the steps, man. A lot of people try to fast track it and get there, and they didn't do the work. So guess what? They lose it.
Hmm.
Whereas
yeah,
if you
yeah.
do the work, you know how to hold on to it. You know how to get it. You know how to maintain it. So if you lose it, you already know how to get it back.
Mm.
No, big
You
facts.
already
Oh,
know how to get it
that is
back. But
100.
the ones
Warren
that
Buffett said the
is
same
given
thing.
to them or is just dropped in their lap, guess what? When they lose it, that's it.
They
They
don't
don't
know
know
where to
how
get
to
it
get
from.
it.
They don't know how to get it
Exactly. They don't know
where it
how to
came
get it.
from.
Yep.
They got to wait again
Exactly.
or teach
Crossing their
their kids
fingers
how
the
to
whole
wait.
time. There you go. Crossing their
Yeah,
fingers, and then guess what? They too old, and then the kids waiting, and then they 50s and 60s looking like, well, I didn't know.
Right.
I understand.
yeah,
You got dealt that hand.
yeah.
No,
That's the
fact.
that's the toughest thing. Like when you hit a certain point to where you have to figure it out yourself. All your
Boy,
resources,
you
all your
surpass your
resources.
elders, or you
Yes,
surpass your
yes,
resources, and
yes,
they can give the advice, they can express, they can tell you, they can want to hold on to you, but it gets to a point where it's like, you told me that one 10 years ago.
yeah,
You know what I mean? So now it's like I gotta use that and actually build on that. Okay, they gave me the basis,
yeah.
so
Mhm.
you
But
gotta climb
you
from there.
for what's we trying what we are doing has never been done before
There you
in
go.
either of our generations. So for
So
us
it
to think that we
mhm.
can accomplish this off of their principles, it's
No,
kind of like you know,
you're gonna be stuck. You're gonna be
yes,
tripping and stumbling, and
yes,
you're not gonna know what the hell you're
Mhm.
doing.
yes, yes.
Mhm. That's what they
So
call a rat race.
and
Oh
that's
yeah.
exactly oxymoron. You
Yep.
know, so
Mhm.
thinking over time, that's what every time, like I figure like every day that I trade or enter a trade, it is a new challenge. Yeah, I may be
Yep.
doing the same thing, but it's a new challenge.
You
Only
don't know how
reason
the market's
why,
gonna go.
exactly. Only
And it's
reason why,
random.
Hmm.
yes,
And
exactly.
it's supposed and that's how you got to look at it too. Like when you are trading, like I said in that last post, like don't ever worry about the outcome. Like and I'm getting all this from Mark Douglas, bro. Like don't
Shout out to
ever,
the goat. Shout out to the
man.
goat, man.
Uh-huh.
Nah, big facts. Like don't ever think about like, oh, this is gonna win or oh, this is gonna lose or whatever. Even though I know we never think that, but as long as your parameters are set and you
Hmm.
doing the same thing, just
It
like
don't
with
matter.
it don't matter because you're gonna get to your goal. Like just like how you saving your money to buy a big purchase or a big investment. Like you do that with parameters. You set
You know what it
parameters
takes.
to
Yep.
yeah, you set certain parameters to take money out your account and to save it every month, every week.
Yep.
and with that becomes new growth. So with these certain parameters, because like you said, the market is random. The outcome is random. You don't know.
As I said, with my plan, I trade heavy, so I know I'm not gonna put. There's never been a war won when they throw their general or their captain out there first.
Hell no. Because you lose him, guess what? You lose all strategy.
Man, that was
You
fire.
lose.
Never,
You lose strategy. You lose
never.
timing. You lose the
Man,
Yes.
just
that's fire.
man.
Look at the chess. Look at the chessboard. You know what I'm saying? I need to get back on that. That's nigga used to play
Hey,
checkers because it was easy.
why you talking? No bullshit. Today at lunch, at work, bro, was my first game of chess in years.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
crazy.
yes,
But when you and now that I'm older though, when I was looking at the board, I had 3 pawns kind of out in like the V, the flying V, the duck formation, but they were in front of my king, and I'm like, I see the board different versus when I was younger, just looking at it as the pieces.
yeah,
I'm looking at those pawns as protecting that king
yes,
or guarding that queen.
yeah,
It's you just
yeah.
your mind is working when you're looking at shit different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's a game just like you said. I bet we could get on checkers and play easy. You
Pop,
just
pop, pop,
skipping.
pop, pop, pop.
You
Yep,
just
you
you
just
just you skipping all over the place. You might double
Mhm.
up and then you can just go all diagonal, all this way. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Real easy. You'll never go to a nice hotel or any 5-star place or whatever where they have a lobby or some shit like that. And I guarantee you you might see a chessboard just like
Mhm.
as decoration just on the table,
Yep.
niggas could chill, play chess. You won't see no checkers.
Nah.
You'll see it in the kids' playroom.
Right. Because you put checkers down and it's gonna be nothing but kids going over there. Clack, clack,
Yes,
clack, 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 clack.
yes,
It's a kid's game, man.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Have you
It's
ever
fun.
seen a checkers made out of marble and
Mm-mm.
a marble board? Like, no,
You don't
no.
see that. No advancement. No,
Yes,
you know.
I
you know what
seen
I'm
a
saying?
gold chess board though.
Come on, man. Gold, marble, jade. They like you see them all over the place.
Ooh, them
You
clear
know.
glass with the see-through bottoms.
Yes,
Come on.
yes.
I
You
got one of
know.
them.
And I say that to say, we broke down that whole analogy to like, protect your house, protect your
Yeah.
queen, your king.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Protect your top guards,
There you go.
protect
And
your
how do you do
security,
that?
protect your cooks.
Mhm.
You
How do
doing
you
that
do
by
that in the
by
market?
managing the board, managing your
Yeah.
risk. That's how you do that.
You put your checker players out there first.
Yes.
Meaning you put a tester on.
You put a
Mm-hmm.
test on.
And a tester is a low risk trade entry. Well, not even a low risk, just your position size.
Yes.
Your position size is very low. So you let that trade go out there first.
Right.
But
And
over
feeling.
time, you would develop when to add into that position, whether it's going to be a negative add or a positive add. Meaning, a negative add, that tester is going negative against you 30 pips, 20 pips, or whatever. Because if it's going against you 50 pips, then you probably in a bullish market. You're in the wrong direction.
Right.
But yeah, you let that go negative, or you let that tester work in its favor. That tester could just work automatically and just go straight up or go straight down, whether you're in a buy or sell. And then you wait for either a break of structure or you wait for a retest for the market
Mm-hmm.
to push back up into where you enter that.
Yep.
So meaning that tester is now probably going to be at break
Supporter. Yeah.
even, or it might be negative 5 pips. And then you get into your heavier trade in that direction. Like that's how you protect your your king.
That's
Meaning
it,
your
man.
account balance.
Yep.
Send out the soldiers first to test the waters.
There you go.
Once the
Protect the
soldiers
house.
say the coast is clear, then you set up shop. Then you
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
move your kings and your queens in. You move your generals. You move everybody in, and then you send the soldiers out further to conquer more land.
Yep. That is it.
It's a great way to break it down, man. Well, yeah, I'm about to wrap it up. I mean, if y'all want to continue, we
Call it.
can.
Oh no,
But
man. We yeah, that's
We all good.
yeah, we out of there. So like I
Y'all
said,
boys be safe.
yeah, we
man.
back
You too.
next Sunday.
You
You
too, my
already
brother.
know it.
All right, man. Peace out. We'll see y'all next Sunday, bro.
All right, man. Peace.